Okay, so now that you have your account set up, we want to create our templates first. So I always tell people that templates are the backbone. They are like setting the foundation. You want to have your templates ready to go in your HoneyBook account before we do any workflows, automations, any of that stuff. So the first thing I always tell people is a contact form. And you may say, like, well, why a contact form, Dahlia? Because contact forms actually trigger workflows for automations. And so we'll dive in deeper once we get to workflows and automations. But to show you a little bit, let's create a new one right in here. You can create a new one, and we're just going to call this one 10K GG. We'll just say it's the contact form, right? And so what you'll do is when you come in here, this is what it looks like. And so you actually have a lot of freedom and flexibility with what you want to, how you want to design this out. You can make it very simple, very easy, or you can make it a little bit more elaborate. So there's also some templates you can choose from in here. So it's really up to you. But for the sake of this, we'll go into design. And you can do colors and fonts in here, and you can actually toggle back between other contact forms if you want other different contact form options. And then settings, this is where you can actually assign these to different projects, which we'll get into later with different workflows and automations. But you can actually add a bunch of different things that you want in here. You can make it as long or as short as you want. So couple of things is questions, and then there's content. So content is like a full width of text or a cover image. So a lot of times people will put a cover image at the top, especially like photographers. You can do split images. You can do a text on an image. You can do all of that good stuff. So for this one, we'll just put a cover image in here. And these are all drag and drop. So you can actually come up here and go like that. And then you can add in, different types of questions. So there's actually some suggested ones in here for like full name, email, phone number, and it says these are already added. So what's nice about it is that if they're already added and you keep them in there, they'll actually auto-populate right into that project for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. But if you don't want it, you don't have to keep it. So it's a beautiful thing. Or you can customize them. So you can actually do split fields. So if you wanted to do like, you could do like phone number, and email like this if you wanted, or you could do it as, I don't know, maybe it's mailing street and then it's, town. However you want to make it, you can customize it all to what's best for your business. And then you can come in, you can also do a single choice, you can do a multiple choice, you can choose dates. So that's what's nice is like that'll auto populate into HoneyBook for you too as a date. Sky's the limits, really. And so then you could choose an image, and we'll just go to a library and we'll just use this 10K girl gang. And again, what's hard is like, let's say you look at this and you're like, oh, this doesn't fit well. You can always change it out. So that's why I always suggest maybe some wider ones. We'll just do this one for a default one for right now. But you can come in and you can actually change the fonts too. So like, let's say you wanted to change the fonts to, like all across the board. You can actually choose whichever one you want in here. So this is for the body. So that means that this is for this entire, like all of this text in here. So let's say you wanted to change it all to that, and then it just automatically changes it around. And let's say you wanted to change the button to look the same as well. You could do that there. So you have freedom. I always say too, every system has its limitations. So just know that you have a lot of freedom, but there may be things that you're like, I can't do that. I really want to do that. And it just might not be possible. So kind of going with an open mind, but you can do a lot within HoneyBook. So this is how you would create your contact form. It's the very first template I would suggest creating. And what's nice too is if you wanted to create a questionnaire. So let's say, you had an application process. What I always tell people is they could do it as a questionnaire, but you could also do it as a contact form, because what's nice is it can trigger an automation in HoneyBook. So, instead of making this a contact form, you can actually have different questions in here that somebody has to fill out, maybe for a coaching program or for a mastermind. And then once it's filled out, an automated email can go out to them. So there's a couple of different ways you can use a contact form, or you can just use it as basic as a regular contact form on your website. And what's nice is too, you can actually embed this into HoneyBook as well. So we'll actually come back and I'll show you briefly how to do that, but I'll cover this in detail as well. But you can come in here and let's see, where am I at? Okay, you can actually come and You can do like a custom URL, like you can redirect them to a thank you message or a custom URL. Typically, I do that too with a thank you message. You can assign it to a certain project, which again, we'll walk through with workflows. And here's your direct link as well. So we have to publish this. It's saying you have to publish it in order to have a URL. So you can copy this code into your site, and you can actually embed this, and you can it'll show up exactly like it is on HoneyBook. So it'll be a HoneyBook form that's all connected for you. And you just copy this code into your website. It's a beautiful thing. So that might have been a little crazy at first to just kind of like dive into, but it'll all come together. So create a contact form. Like I said, it can be as basic or as elaborate as you would like. And then that'll help get us triggered going into the rest of the templates. It'll help flow with the entire process for workflows and automations.